Your minimalism is fear, disguised as virtue. I've been thinking about that sentence for a while now. It didn't come from a place of wanting to attack a philosophy that has genuinely helped a lot of people. It came from watching a strange pattern emerge. I was seeing friends and people online who were embracing minimalism, but they didn't seem freer. They seemed more anxious, more constrained. They had decluttered their homes but cluttered their minds with a constant, humming anxiety about every single dollar. And that's when it started to click for me. We're sold this idea of minimalism as a path to freedom. Freedom from consumerism, freedom from the need to impress others. And that version is great. But a different version, a shadow version, has been growing. It's a minimalism that isn't about freedom, but about control. And it's fueled by something much deeper and darker than a desire for a clean apartment. It's fueled by fear. Let's be very clear about what we're talking about. I'm not talking about being smart with your money. I'm not talking about choosing not to buy a luxury car or a designer watch. That's just financial intelligence. I'm talking about the person who agonizes for an hour over buying a $10 book that could change their perspective. The person who refuses to take a $200 online course that could upgrade their skills. The person who says no to a dinner with a potential mentor because they don't want to spend $30 on a meal. They label this behavior minimalism, but it's not. It's an excuse. It's the most elegant, socially acceptable excuse for not taking a risk on yourself. Think about it. What is scarier, spending $1,000 on a certification that might not pay off, or just saying I'm a minimalist? I don't need that. The second option is infinitely easier. It requires no courage. It carries no risk of failure. It wraps your fear in a blanket of moral superiority. You're not scared of failing the course. You're transcending the need for external validation. You're not afraid of networking. You're avoiding superficial interactions. It's a perfect defense mechanism. This led me to think about a concept from economics called opportunity cost. Most people think of cost as the money that leaves their wallet. But the true cost of anything is what you give up to get it. The opportunity cost of buying a coffee is not just $5. It's what you could have done with that $5. But this shadow minimalism gets it completely backward. It fixates on the tiny, visible cost and ignores the massive, invisible opportunity cost. The opportunity cost of not buying that book isn't saving $10. It's the new idea you never had, the inspiration you never felt, the connection you never made. The opportunity cost of not taking that course isn't saving $200. It's the $20,000 raise you were never in a position to ask for 2 years later. It's the career path you never knew existed. You're saving pennies today at the cost of your potential fortune tomorrow. Here's how you can apply this thought in your own life. Stop framing these things as expenses. Start framing them as investments. An expense is money gone forever. An investment is money you put to work. A gym membership isn't an expense of $50 a month. It's an investment in your primary asset. Your body, your energy, your focus, your mood, they are all tied to your physical health. Paying for therapy isn't a $100 expense. It's an investment in your operating system, your mind. Every single function of your life, from your relationships to your ability to earn, runs on that. Treating these as frivolous expenses to be cut is like a company trying to save money by never maintaining its most critical machinery. The breakdown is inevitable, and the cost of repair will be catastrophic compared to the cost of maintenance. So, the next time you hesitate to spend money on something that could genuinely improve your skills, health, or network, don't ask, "Can I afford this?" Ask, "Can I afford the long-term cost of not doing this?" This brings me to the second major discovery. Our mental energy, our focus, is our most valuable and finite resource. It's far more precious than the money in our bank account. Scientists sometimes refer to this as cognitive bandwidth. Think of it like the RAM on your computer. You only have so much of it. If you're running too many small, useless programs in the background, the important programs will run slowly or even crash. This corrupted form of minimalism is a thief of cognitive bandwidth. The mental energy you spend debating a $5 purchase, tracking every single cent in a spreadsheet, feeling guilty about a small indulgence, that is energy you are not spending on bigger, more important problems. You are using your limited supply of high-level strategic thinking on low-level, tactical noise. It's a form of It feels productive, it feels like you're in control, but you're actually just distracting yourself. Why? Because focusing on the price of coffee is simple and provides immediate feedback. Focusing on how to build a side business, learn a new language, or navigate a complex work project is hard, ambiguous, and scary. So we retreat to what feels manageable. We obsess over the $5 problem to avoid confronting the 50. We win the battle over the grocery bill, but lose the war for our own potential. A way to apply this is to conduct an energy audit for a week. Don't just track your money, track your worries. Where is your mental focus going? Write down every time you find yourself stressing about a small, insignificant financial decision. At the end of the week, look at the list. You will likely be shocked at how much of your prime mental real estate is occupied by. The next step is to automate, set up automatic savings. Use budgeting apps that categorize for you. Create a guilt-free spending account for small pleasures. The goal is to make as many small financial decisions as possible, automatic and thoughtless, so you can free up that precious cognitive bandwidth and aim it squarely at the challenges and opportunities that will actually change the trajectory of your life. Finally, this whole line of thinking made me realize that this fear-based minimalism creates a kind of relational poverty. We are social creatures. Our networks, our friendships, our family bonds, these are not luxuries. They are essential infrastructure for a happy and successful life. They are our safety net, our source of joy, and often, our source of unforeseen opportunities. When minimalism becomes an excuse to consistently opt out, sorry, can't make it to your birthday dinner. I'm saving money. No, I can't chip in for the group gift. It's not in my budget. You're not saving money. You are withdrawing from your social bank account. And just like a real bank account, if you only ever make withdrawals and never make deposits, you will eventually go bankrupt. The currency of relationships is time, effort, and sometimes, yes, a bit of money. To refuse to spend it is to choose isolation. And loneliness has a cost that no amount of savings can ever pay for. The real goal of a thoughtful life isn't to own the least amount of stuff. It's to need the least amount of validation from things you don't control. True minimalism should be about decluttering your life of the useless things so you have more resources, more time, more money, more energy to pour into the things that matter. It's about being able to say an immediate and enthusiastic yes to the right opportunities, not a reflexive no to everything. It's about building a life so rich in purpose, skill, and relationships that you're no longer vulnerable to the whims of the market or the opinions of others. So, the next time you feel that pull to say no, to restrict, to save, pause and ask yourself honestly, is this decision coming from a place of wisdom and strategy? Or is it coming from a place of fear? Am I being frugal, or am I just afraid to bet on myself? Am I decluttering my life, or am I just emptying it? Because a life optimized for maximum savings is not a rich life, it's just a cheap one. The ultimate minimalism isn't about clearing out your closet, it's about clearing out the fears that keep you from living. So, what does this look like in daily life? It starts with changing the rules of your own financial game. It isn't about chaos, it's about a new kind of discipline. First, create an investment fund for yourself. This isn't a savings account. It's a mandatory monthly budget dedicated solely to your growth. Books, courses, or networking events. By making it a fixed line item, like rent, you remove the agonizing decision. The question is no longer if you'll invest in yourself, but how you will do it this month. This single shift turns you from a passive saver into an active investor in your own potential. The benefit is a life of intentional, consistent self-improvement. Second, create a rule to eliminate small decision fatigue. For any reversible purchase under $10 that could save you time or bring you joy, just make the purchase. Don't debate it. Don't add it to a spreadsheet. The mental energy you save is worth far more than the few dollars you might have optimized by deliberating for an hour. This frees up your mind to focus on the big things, your career, your projects, your relationships. Those are the places where your focus actually generates a meaningful return. Third, schedule your social investments. Intentionally, plan one small act a week to build your relationships. This could be a coffee, a phone call, or joining a friend for a walk. The point isn't the expense. It's the consistent deposit into your social bank account. It counteracts the isolating pull of obsessive saving and builds a resilient, priceless support system. Ultimately, this isn't about spending more. It's about spending with courage and intention. It's about using minimalism as the powerful tool it was meant to be. A tool to clear out the noise, not to silence your own ambition. A tool to build a life that is not just cheaper, but truly richer. Thanks for watching. I've left something for you in the description below that you might find helpful on this journey. Be sure to check it out.